Give us a little nugget here.
Basically tell you what, how they're going to respond to the whole idea of the sharing economy.
Their response to a potluck?
Their response to a potluck.
Say more about that.
People who are extremely nervous, uncomfortable, they are...
Maybe that's just because they don't know how to cook.
Well, maybe. That was certainly the case when I first started.
Oh, right.
But it's the whole issue of I need to bring vast quantities because I want to make sure that I'm giving as much as everybody else is giving. It's the whole psychology of reciprocity and give fair value in exchange.
Yes.
The idea of the potluck where all of those rules are out the window. Especially when you have potlucks where you refuse to tell people what to bring.
Yes.
And if everybody brings dessert,
everyone
that's
eats
fine.
dessert.
Everyone eats dessert.
Right.
But for some people, that's just like anarchy. It can't possibly have that. So it has been interesting to me when I've been at, and now that I live on Bowen Island, I go to lots of potlucks.
Right, Eugene too. Lots of potlucks. Totally.
That's cool. That's wonderful.
And you really do get a sense of how amenable people are to this idea of living differently, living in a different economy where it doesn't have to be measured. There doesn't have to be, oh, they brought more than we did, so next time we have to remember to bring more. Because
in other words, they're undoing the competitiveness that this culture, it's a piece of that, and comparison.
It's the whole thing about pay it forward. It's trusting that you can give and you will receive in return.
And no one is going to be judging you about that.
Right, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And so stop judging yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, let's turn into a nation of potluckers. Right. Can you imagine that in every neighborhood? The monthly potluck. In fact, I'll tell you a potluck story. When we met Pam and Joe Leach in Portland.
Oh yeah.
Who were teaching permaculture at this homestead in the Northwest.
Yeah. Now it's a community.
And what happened is Joe went out on the street and began to meet the neighbors, invited them to the weekly potluck or every 2 weeks or whatever it was, just back at the farmstead. And he said it took a lot of persuasion with a lot of people, but they began to respond, and we happened to be there on a day that they had a potluck. This is back in 2006, and those relationships were part of the strength that evolved into they're buying the apartment in front of them, turning it into an eco-village. It's like that neighborliness. And so he helped break down some of the barriers with potlucks.
One of my contacts in West Vancouver is a very stuffy, upper-class neighborhood, has said that they couldn't make potlucks work there, so they had to start with cocktail parties. I think for two reasons. People feel easier bringing a bottle than they do cooking a meal. It's less intimidating. And secondly, I think it loosens them up a little bit, so they actually start to feel more like neighbors. But they found that that's how it works. In some neighborhoods, you have to start with a cocktail party, and then make the transition.
I think that being adaptable, being able to tweak it to like what's going to work here.
Yeah.
To me, this is part of what is going to be different about the future gift economy that we're all going to live in, or the future sharing economy, as compared with our economy now. Like right now, it's all about standardization.
Yeah.
Everything is the same.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the same stores here as thousands of miles away, and that's part of what's going to be different. The sharing economy is inherently local.
Yeah. Yeah. And you just start with where people are. I mean, that's what I really hear. And what's local.
Yeah.
Right. Great. All right. A nation of potluckers who also do cocktail parties and a whole other things that we haven't even imagined yet. The dessert parties. Yeah.
Definitely.
I'll join you for the chocolate party.
Sounds good.
I'll be there.